back to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. My name's Connor Williams, and we're back with another one of our end of season reviews. This time is on none other than Mason Holgate. Um, Mason Holgate, interesting character, interesting player. Certainly one that gets the fan base, shall we say, animated. Been at the club for a while now, the last 4 years, played 103 games. He's actually played more games for Everton than Yerry Mina has, which is absolutely crazy. Um, Sorry, that's from when he came back from loan. He's been at the club since 2015, but from 2019 when he came back from loan till now, he's played more games in that time than Yerry Mina has from 28, who's we signed in 2018. He played 48 games between 2015 and 19. Obviously came from Barnsley. This season, though, we're not on about what he's done in the past. We're on about this season. This season, he's played five. He started 5 games, was subbed on for 3, so he's played the magic number of 8. In those 8, he's played about 509 minutes, 1 yellow card, an XG of 1, chances created 6, 196 passes, dribbles attempted 3, successful dribbles 3, tackles attempted 11, tackles won 7, 26 interception, 26 clearances, 7 interceptions. Yeah, very interesting player. That XG, the game has just escaped my mind, but he really should finish it. Oh, what was the game? Oh, what was the game? I forgot the game, guys, but I remember watching it thinking needs to have finished that. That's gonna really bug me now. It's from the corner, and for all the world, he should have finished it. Ah, tough, tough one. That is it. The City game, maybe. I think it might be the City one where he should have finished it. But yeah, alas, we won't sort of linger on his attacking because he's not that type of player. We'll go to his defensive stats and his passing. So 36.6 touches a game, 0.8 key passes, accurate passes per game, 16.5, which is 67%. A lot of them are in his own half, a couple of them in the opposition, but not a lot. 0.9 interceptions a game, which isn't bad. 1.4 tackles per game, which is all right. Possession won 0.3 times a game. Dribble passed only once a game. Makes 3.3 clearances a game, which is good. According to SofaScore, errors led to a shot 0. Errors led to a goal 0. That's not to say he didn't cause them. It just means an actual individual error. I do remember him playing he's played at left back a couple of times this season. I think Man City was the one that, like the game I referenced, he played at left back. Sean Dyche said he'd done it in his past, so he put him there. Wasn't a great game for Mason Holgate. That was one of a few. Arsenal being the other one. Earlier on in the year, the 4-0, where I think you watch it and you go, your season's over. Not just your season, your career at Everton Football Club is probably realistically over. In the early starts of the year against Chelsea, he played well. I think those first 4 games under Frank Lampard, he played well. But since Sean Dyche has come in, I think he's lost his confidence a little bit. He's not got the game time. And when he has got the game time, I don't think he's took that advantage very well. He was obviously involved in the 4-1 beating to Bournemouth in the EFL as well. Yeah, I don't really understand. I think those 4 games under Frank Lampard might have been the 4 games that he was in a 5/3 back. And I think this is where the caveat comes with a couple of Everton players, including Michael Keane, who we will do one on at some point as well. I'm sure his is going to be entertaining. But I think he might be a player that plays better in a 3-back/5 back. I remember him having some okay games during the COVID period and with Ancelotti, who played a 3/5 back. And the first 4 games, I'm just double checking this before I, say it with conviction, but I'm pretty sure, checking the last one. The first 4 games of the season, the ones I said he played well in, All four of them played in a back 3/5 with Frank Lampard. I'm pretty sure it was up until earlier on in the year that Frank Lampard changed his system and took him out. Started playing two at the back, which was Cody and Tarkowski. So yeah, plays better in a 3/5. I think he's just got that protection. He makes a mess. The other two centre backs will clear it up, and the full backs, if they're back in time. I think as a one, he's in one of the two. He's individualed out too much, and I think playing him in the fullback position, I just don't think he's a fullback. Looking at his heat map for this season, he's played a lot in the central areas and on the right hand side. That City game where he played in the left, I remember reporting on that for the Toffee Blues. And the biggest issue I noticed was when you looked at the average positions, which you can do on SofaScore, it's really good. I'd recommend you do that if you're interested in stuff like average positions. But Mason Holgate, saying how this was the back four pushed up. Mason Holgate was here, Jordan Pickford's here, the halfway line's here, just before the defence. Holgate's here, Pickford's there. Wasn't comfortable in that at all. Maybe hung out to dry a little bit, but hung out to dry. But also, Sean Dyche had no other choice because Mikalenko wasn't available. He played Godfrey there. Godfrey hadn't performed. So it was a bit of a tough one where he was asked to do a job that he couldn't do, but we needed him to do it because we had nobody else, which ultimately was quite tough on both him and the tough on the team, because I think having a left back that wasn't pushing up really didn't help against City. Not that that was the reason we lost, because it's City. According to Who Scored, his strengths are concentration, his weakness is passing. Likes to play long balls often and play the ball off the ground. Not great that there is two styles of play if he's not very good at them, because his passing's a weakness, but he likes to do that. I think Holgate is like in the Neil Moipai one that I mentioned. I think he's young still. I think he has the chance to have a okay career still. I don't think that's at Everton Football Club. I think his time has come, along with a couple of other players where it's not kicked on for them. Maybe a clean break's best for everyone. With Sean Dyche, I don't believe playing a 3/5 back is his preferred one. I think he's only, done it in the past if it's, by a hook or by crook. But ideally, I would imagine Sean Dyche likes his 4-4-2 next year if he gets the players for it. And I do think that might cause us to see Mason Holgate try to be moved on, as he doesn't benefit from playing there. For this season, I'm going to give Holgate a 5 for the season. I think he started well in those first 4 games, but then the last two brought him down to a 5, which brings it down to an average performance from him. So yeah. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and comment down below your thoughts on Mason Holgate. Like I said, he's one that gets the fan base animated. I think people are forgetting because of the World Cup and the fact his last recent performances haven't been very good, and football's a reactionary sport. Everybody's reactionary. You could watch somebody have all right games, like 5s out of 10s all season, but if his last 5 are fantastic, ourselves, the fans, the pundits, everyone's then on about, oh, should he be in the teams of the year? And you're like, no, not for the last 5 games. Football is just like that. So because he's had bad games and the World Cup break made it seem longer, I do think that people think he's had a worse season, but I think he's just had an okay season. Started well, fell off a cliff, balances out at an okay season, 5 for him. But let me know your thoughts down below. Look forward to reading them. As always, stay safe, guys. See you soon.